So this has obviously become a very interesting place to me because of our friend here. And the rumor is, the myth, whatever, that if I touch this painting, someone's supposed to die? Is it touch or?
If you move the painting, somebody is apparently supposed to go to pastures anew.
Right. Well. Here we are in Congleton in Cheshire, and we're crossing with
Whoa,
traffic.
Careful.
Thank you. Nothing
Yeah,
coming
you
that
okay?
way. Go. These people are crazy here. Some kind of crazy country with people running. Ugh. That's scary. That's scarier than the haunted houses. Speaking of which, we're at the Lion and Swan Hotel. Bars, restaurant, function room.
Excited?
Yeah, the function room sounds like fun. So this place looks haunted. Should knock.
Good job.
The Lion and Swan Hotel in Congleton, England is a unique location with centuries of history and more than a few ghost stories hidden within its walls. In fact, the room that I was staying in even had a bed once slept in by Henry VIII.
After Paul and I checked in, he went downstairs to meet with our friends from the Unidentified Phenomena Investigation Association, while I got a tour of the property from the head chef, Simon Marr. He was very familiar with all of the paranormal stories associated with the hotel.
This is where I stay, my room's up there, and this is the back of the hotel's just through them doors there, so, and the function room's at the side, obviously.
And this is the area you have to come through every night when you're locking up?
Yeah, I walk up the corridor, there's no other rooms around except mine that's right at the back, all the other rooms are upstairs, so yeah, a bit of a chat for everybody.
You're all alone. And this is, as we were saying, the back of the hotel. What did this used to be?
There used to be the coach house above where my room is now, and then there used to be the double doors that let you into the car park or underneath where we're standing at the moment, so.
Okay, perfect. And now, every time you come down here, is it always creepy or sometimes is it
Yeah,
worse
a lot
than
of the
others?
time when there's no lights on and there's just the emergency light, it's really dark and you really want to get up the corridor as quick as possible, so yeah.
The next stop on our tour was the cellar of the hotel, where a supposedly cursed painting awaited, as well as an old bar where a ghostly figure had been seen.
And how do you generally feel when you're down here, Simon?
Sometimes the temperature drops, you feel a bit eerie, like there's somebody watching you, you hear stuff down here sometimes. So.
Temperature drops,
Yeah.
like
Yeah, you can
really
feel
quickly,
it, yeah.
a couple seconds?
Yeah.
It's interesting. And this is Graham's workshop?
Yeah.
And this is where the picture...
Yeah, the picture's over there.
That's the
Yeah, the picture.
And wait, is this Graham's?
Yeah, this is, Graham owns it now, so it stops down here with Graham. This is the picture that...
You touch and die.
Yeah, apparently so. I haven't died yet, but you know.
Yeah, I can see how maybe that that tradition would have arose. See, it's Carolyn. She's hot.
All right.
And this floor here, this is all stuff all original.
Yeah. Apparently there's a body buried underneath here, so...
There's a body under
Yeah,
yes.
apparently so, just buried under there, so...
How did that happen?
Don't know, it's just another tale, the Lion and Swan, you know, somebody apparently died and they buried him underneath here, so... Lifted the slabs and buried him underneath, so...
All right, so next we have to look at is going to be
Nightclub.
the nightclub. All right, and did someone die in there too?
Yeah, apparently when it was the way through, somebody died in the way through, so the ghost apparently haunts down there, so we'll see.
All right. What is this?
This is due to the nightclub, so...
Is this how you get to the nightclub?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Oh, wow. weird. This is weird. What is this?
Yeah, all the day glow sort of paintings on the wall. It used to be a little nightclub.
Glows in the dark.
Yeah.
Used to.
Used to. Well, I don't know if it does as much nowadays, but it used to at one time. That's the whole effect of it. So.
Oh, it's fairly small.
Yeah, and this is where the archway used to be. My bedroom's up there, and the archway was made round. They built an extra wall in to make it soundproof, so it's not quite as wide as it used to be. So, yeah, this used to take you up to the car park. So.
Oh, I see. And there was a manager down here that
manager. Apparently, we've had psychic fairs before that have said there's a man that died actually in this area. So.
Back here where we're standing.
Back here. So.
And obviously it's not being used anymore.
Not being used anymore. It's just storage, chairs and stuff like that. It's the old dance floor. So.
How long ago was it in use?
I think it was late 70s, early 80s. It was opened up way before I was here. It's never worked since I've been here. So.
And is that when the guy was killed?
Yeah, no, he died a long time before. Actually, when the passageway it was shut down because of drugs and stuff. So.
Oh, okay. That's normal, right?
That's normal. That's Ian banging around my flat.
Simon and I finished our tour of the hotel, and then I went upstairs to join Paul and the UPIA team in the conference room, where we would plan and map out our investigation for the evening. It was at this point that Paul and I took the opportunity to find out a little bit more about how the UPIA worked.
And when you guys do an investigation, when people at home watch this and see you doing an investigation, you take a scientific approach to it. Perhaps you could just briefly, Paul, you have a science background.
Yeah.
Tell us about the approach that the UPIA takes to these investigations.
When you're doing an investigation at position A, position B, there's less anomalies. Everybody's working in the same manner of fact. And really, that's the key. So there's no variables in the way people are working, that everybody's working to one specific method.
Basically, the investigators that are working throughout UPIA and other similar organisations in the country have to be qualified through the British Investigators Training Course. It is a course which it trains individuals that are interested in this subject how to investigate, not just investigate through records, but on-site investigation as well, research methods, how to deal with traumatised incidents. A lot of people that are involved throughout the UPIA are qualified in their own fields as well, such as psychology, parapsychology, chemistry, and lots of different things that might come in handy.
As always, I was impressed with the meticulous investigative approach taken by the UPIA. However, as we got down to the business of deciding who was going to do what, I decided to employ a less scientific method. Paper, rock, scissors, which one of us moves the picture?
Yeah, Paul's moving the picture. That's the first one I've ever won.
So I have a question. You said that if you touch the picture, someone dies.
Yes.
So, apparently. So then rock, paper, scissors doesn't necessarily mean that Paul moving the picture means that he's going to die. Could be you that dies.
It could be.
Technically.
But hey.
Or me.
Hey.
Or Steve.
Then I'll come back as a ghost and to my colleagues and try and...
Oh, that would be good.
And be able to...
If you could, yeah.
I'd just be interested if anybody dies.
Yeah.
So
I'm kind of hoping not.
It's going to be a risky gamble.
Of course, to rule it out, we'd have to move it again and see if it happens in seconds.
Or, Holly, we could actually move the photograph and put it in bed with you.
I could see why Paul and Dave get along so well. They both have an anything-goes sense of humor. That's fine. It's a good idea when you're in a haunted location to keep everyone's spirits light.
So you and I will go down to the cellar tonight.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Dig it.
Dig it. And Holly and...
Ivy.
Ebony and Ivory. Holly and Paul can go up to my room.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. And
I'll have a baby shower.
Steve can have a beer. This has obviously become a very interesting place to me because of our friend here. And the rumor is, the myth, whatever, that if I touch this painting, someone's supposed to die? Is it touch or?
If you move the painting, somebody is apparently supposed to go to pastures and you.
Right. Well.
Don't.
So, for the viewers at home, here we have our painting, and I am not only touching it, I have moved it. Dave is still here. I'm still here. Camera crew is still here, but the night is...
Where's Holly?
Sorry, I just heard that creaking noise. It's like the mummies coming to get us. So the night is still young, but this is the painting that they're talking about that is supposedly haunted in some way, or cursed, I suppose would be the best way to put it. Hello, Dave.
Hello, lady.
Hello.
Hello.
All right, we'll just leave that down there. And over here you've got all your ghost investigating equipment. So let's go take a look and then do some investigating. This was Dave's first investigation of the line in Swan, and he wanted to take full advantage of the opportunity, which meant using all of the equipment that the UPIA had access to. Dave calibrated the various instruments we had on hand, including an EMF detector and a magnetometer, and then we came up with our game plan. So you have 3 spots down here you want to go investigate. How many?
2 spots.
2 spots.
Yeah, I was thinking 3 originally, but I'm going to go with 2.
Okay. Which 2 are they?
That'll be this area where we are now.
Right.
The main part of the cellar and the old nightclub.
Now, could we make this go faster if we split up and I did one and you did the other, or how do you want to do it?
I'd rather us work together because obviously you don't know what we're looking for.
Shoot, I was afraid you'd say that. I'm inherently lazy, so I was hoping I could just sit here.
No, that's not going to happen.
Okay, well, let's do this one first, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what do we do? I'm going to fit you out with the radiation badge, seeing you've got lots of pockets and such like. So that can go there.
Every science fiction movie I've ever dreamed of being in.
I'll let you use that EMF sensor. I'll let you use the magnetometer. And of your choice of either you want the gun, don't you?
My hands are kind of full.
You've got pockets.
Oh, all right. So I can just put this.
Yeah, not a problem. Use the pockets and then take it out whenever you need be. It's obviously we usually work in different circumstances, but seeing we're in the cellar and such like, we'll do it in this manner. And obviously the Gauss meter normally has to be exercised by pressing the button, and a lot of the time keep your finger on the button. Okay, Paul, are you ready to rumble?
I am indeed. I've got my radiation meter, my phaser. It's basic. Oh, sorry, temperature gauge. I feel like I'm in Star Trek. And I've gone you one better. I brought a 3rd member of our group.
Caroline.
So this will be Caroline, and she's going to hang out with us here.
Superb.
And hopefully we both make it through the next short period of time. While Dave and I got acquainted with Caroline in the cellar, Holly, Steve, and Paul were beginning their investigation in the Tudor room.
Well, basically what we'll do is we'll do a sweep around the bed with EMF detector to begin with. I mean, it's quite, as you can see how small this bed is, but there's been reports about the whole room, so what we're expecting is at least something. I mean, what we're getting here normally is a base reading of around about 0.4, which is relatively low. I mean, we expect anything up to 2.
It's quite a space back here.
There is quite a space back there, isn't there?
Nothing there.
No, we're getting no reading at all on there. And we'll check around the base of the bed. And we're getting 0.3, 0.2, slightly fluctuating between 2 and 3. Nothing on the negative ions.
Nope. Just the power.
We're getting a 0.3, 0.4. No, we've got nothing unusual on the EMF there. We're going to switch to the microwave, see if there's anything that's been picked up on the microwave. We've got nothing around on the bed. Reading 0. Yeah, well, it's quite flat at the minute. There isn't any unusual readings at this time.
We took readings with the EMF meter and the negative ion detector, and they were all normal. If there was going to be any paranormal activity in the Tudor room that evening, we would be able to compare it with these baseline readings. In the meantime, I still had a sense of unease. I have to admit the bed kind of freaks me out a little bit.
Why is that?
I don't know why. I first came in here, and I think it's just
Do you
the
think
way
it's just because you're coming in? It's just so capturing,
menacing.
you know.
Well,
There's a lot of carvings on it.
gorgeous bed. It's an absolutely gorgeous bed. But there's something about the way that it curves in on itself here. This space here, like it's kind of like reaching in on you.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
And it does it on the sides too, like it's grabbing. That's my initial impression.
It's quite looming, isn't it? I mean, it's obviously the main focal point to this room is the bed.
Absolutely.
You know, when you come walking through that door, you just think nothing more than bed.
This
you
bed.
know, this is it. This is what this room represents. Nothing more, nothing less.
And I have to tell you, it's exactly what I saw when I first came through that door, because
it's fantastic. It's a great bed. It's as you can see, it's very old. And we're bound to, obviously, I mean, if we're going to have anything taking place in this room, people are going to think, well, it's circulated around this bed area. The only real area of sort of where we can move about is just at the base of this bed and up at the sides of it.
Off to the bathroom, but
I mean, I think this is the so-called area where people have claimed to have witnessed this apparition of a man and a dog, of all things, as well. So.
As Holly, Steve, and Paul were conducting their investigation in the Tudor room, Dave and I were getting similar results in the cellar.
Can you give me a ambient temperature, please? Away from you, obviously. Just a general area sweep, yeah. Just we'll call that 2002. Can you do it on a couple more locations and we'll take it and then we'll make an average of that.
All right, so that's 20.2. Be the four corners of the room.
Okay.
And 21.5. 21.5. 19.7.
So we've got an average temperature of around 20.73. So that's natural.
The temperature readings were consistent with measurements we had obtained earlier in the evening, so we moved on with the magnetometer.
That's zero. It's nothing. Okay, that's basically the first part of the sweep, and then, as I said, we can go to another location, or you can sit and feel the ambience of this location, see if there's anything different that you want to report in this area in a period of time, and obviously we'll come back and do some more tests. Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
well, let's go to the other area.
Okay.
We'll leave Caroline here.
Okay.
All right.
Caroline, look after the equipment, please.
What I like about this is it's made in Great Britain.
Oh yeah.
Made here.
And you don't put the great in Great Britain. Me.
Nice. I'm responsible for the inn.
In the EMF sensor, we've again got 0.00. Normal magnetics, we've got normal. And radiation. Normal.
Call out my friendly little Starship Enterprise here.
Will be 0.
It will indeed.
All right, so we've conducted some experiments, taken a look around the room a couple times with the detectors, and haven't had a whole lot of activity. What do you guys think about this?
It's pretty typical, really. We've got a lot of baseline readings. Nothing seems to have spiked.
Shazam, we're back.
We are.
Caroline's still here?
And
She hasn't run away with anyone?
looks like she's looked after the place. I personally can't feel anything of consequence differently temperature-wise. So.
5 points of the temperature compass coming up, sir.
Firstly, can I just monitor, see if everything's okay upstairs with Paul and Holly?
Sure.
Okay. Dave to Paul, Dave to Paul.
Dave, go ahead.
Everything okay upstairs with you and Holly?
Yeah, we've just conducted a sweep of room 20, and we're just reviewing the data right now.
Thanks for that.
Cheers. Yeah, so at the moment there's showed no spikes, no significant spikes. Everything seems to be normal. Currently, what we've looked for again is EMFs, microwaves, and negative ions, and no peaks have been shown here.
Just because we haven't had anything occur, you wouldn't just immediately go, meh, no, not haunted?
No, because on most occasions, you know, it's just a matter of being, I think it's down to being at the right time, right place, right moment, and having a piece of equipment with you. If you're lucky enough to have a camera, lucky enough to take a photograph of something strange, then maybe so. So we always presume that, you know, that there could be something unusual, that it's just not here when we want it to be here. So we just continue checking on a particular room for the duration of an evening.
So pretty much nothing going on down here tonight.
Environmentally, I would suggest nothing. Obviously, if paranormal activity was to take place, the alleged, as I like to say, the alleged paranormal activity is to take place, there's a strong possibility that some of the environmental conditions could change. And obviously, you'd have to stay in here a while longer on a full investigation and monitor the equipment constantly.
We're going to check in on Holly and Paul upstairs, but I'm going to stay down here with Caroline.
Of course, if you do witness anything of consequence, please,
You'll be the first I call.
let me know.
Okay, so I'm going to set up over here on the desk with the painting and my stuff, and you're going to head up and check on
I am indeed.
Paul and Holly. Sounds good.
Have fun.
I hope my partner's still alive and that touching and moving Caroline didn't cause
nice
any.
to him, Caroline.
Yes. All right, we'll see you in a bit.
Okay,
Don't forget me.
I will.
So here I am, I'm down in the cellar, and I've got my EMF meter, which is currently reading 0.00, and sweet Caroline here is going to keep me company, and Holly and Paul are upstairs in my room, and Dave's gone up to see what's happening. Oh, and I've got the compass, so I'll set the compass out here, and we'll see if anything happens. The things I do for a date.
After a thorough investigation of the line in Swan, we had found no evidence to support the stories of the various ghosts that supposedly haunted the property, nor had we experienced anything anomalous. But that's sometimes how it goes with ghost investigation. The next day, however, brought news that shocked and saddened all of us.
When confronted with a story that portends some dire paranormal consequences if a certain action is taken, I have a habit of throwing caution to the wind, because I don't believe in ghosts or demons or curses. At the line in Swan, I did it once again, this time with the painting of Caroline in the basement. At the time, Dave Sadler and I joked around about people dying because I had moved the painting, and then we thought nothing more of it as we moved on with our investigation. However, the next day we got news that the father of one of the participants in our investigation that evening had passed away suddenly the next morning. This is something that I've struggled to come to terms with in relation to both our investigation of the line in Swan and this episode. The skeptic in me wants to dismiss it as a pure coincidence. Given all the circumstances, however, I can't help but wonder if maybe for once I actually went too far and crossed some sort of paranormal Rubicon with tragic consequences. At the line in Swan, supremely confident in my skepticism, I came and I saw. But it may have been the curse of Caroline's painting that ultimately conquered.